Hi everyone, welcome back to Studio 33 Art by Kay. Today I'm going to be doing a 21 centimetre by 29 centimetre MDF board, which is going to be a placemat. And I'm going to do them in the Christmas blue colours that have been popular in the last few years. Blue with silver and a little bit of green for a bit of leafage on there. So the base was going to be white. So I'm just going to do some mixture of the Mont white mixed with the Eraldo diamond to cover the board. And then I'm going to be doing some blooms around like this. So I'll call them bloom flowers. Okay, so I will go ahead now and just lay down that paint. And I'll speed this up a little bit for you. So we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've covered the board, and as you would have seen, I've made sure I've covered my edges. If you find when you've finished something like this and you don't like the way the paint's gone over the edge or hasn't covered, you can easily just use a paintbrush and some paint and just very carefully paint around the edges with gold or silver or whatever colour you like, really. So I'm just going to quickly hit this with the heat embossing tool just to burst the bubbles. And now I'm going to make some little leaves. So with my blooms, I'm going to be coming around like this. So I just want a little bit of greenery, not a lot, just into the corner. Just a little leaf there. Another one into the corner there, maybe one in the middle here. And I'm coming up that way, so just something up there. And maybe one over here. Okay, so that was the global green light. All my paints have been mixed with Australian Floetrol. And I'm just going to mix these leaves with a little bit of silver. So the silver I'm using today is Eraldo di Paolo Metallic Silvery. So it's got a Y on the end of the silver there. There is a metallic silver, but this is Silvery with a Y. Whoop. So just put a little blob in the middle of all those just to create a two-toned effect. And then I will put some of my black cell activator. The cell activator I'm using today is the Amsterdam Oxide Black mixed with Australian Floetrol, 1 part paint to 4 parts Floetrol. I'm just going to put it to the edge, so I'm going to be blowing out towards the edges. So I'm just going to be blowing out using a jumbo paper straw that I just bought from the supermarket, and I just flatten the end of it out, and I find that is very good for controlling blowing out these leaves, so I'll just do that. I'm finding with the Amsterdam Oxide Black, it makes beautiful lacing rather than cells, whereas I find the global and the Eraldo Black make more cells than lacing. As you can see, these are really lacy. So it just depends what look I'm going for as to which one I use. Now, I'm not too worried about the shape at the moment because I will bring the shape back in when I've finished blowing out the flowers. Now, all the colours I've chosen today for the blue flowers are very similar. So they're mostly metallic blues and they're all very close, but I'm hoping there's just enough difference to sort of create a bit of interest, but sort of keep that same blue look. And then I'm throwing in a ultramarine blue just as a contrast. And I'll put a bit of silver in there and a bit of the Vallejo pearl that's been mixed with Amsterdam titanium white. So I'll go right ahead now and I'll just lay these down. I'll actually put the ultramarine at the bottom because it's the darkest and I don't want it to take over too much. So I'm now just going to lay down some flowers. I think probably 3 will be enough. I don't want them overtaking each other too much. So that was the Mont Satin Ultramarine Blue. Now I'm laying down the Eraldo Metallic Paradise. Just a little puddle of each. Followed by Eraldo Metallic Waves, which is a beautiful metallic colour. And then my favourite in the metallic blues at the moment is the Eraldo Metallic Brilliant Blue. It just dries beautifully. So you can't see much difference there, but I think when they dry, you'll be able to see it. And this is the Global Metallic Blue. Again, a very similar colour, it's just slightly darker. So they're all very similar, but just slightly different. Now I'm going to put the Vallejo Pearl, which has been mixed with Amsterdam, 1 part of each to 2 parts Australian Floetrol, to create hopefully some lacing. I didn't put my silver on, I was going to put silver on, but I'll put silver on top of that, that'll be fine. So the silver again is the Eraldo Metallic Silvery, and I will list all these colours for you in the description box. Okay, so now my cell activator, and hopefully these will turn out beautiful. So I'm just putting a little bit in the middle there. And now I will blow that out using my Puffy 2000, which I purchased off Pour Scrape Repeat online. So here we go. Alrighty, so I just hit those now with the heat embossing tool just to burst any bubbles and bring up any more cells. They're really pretty. I'm liking the cells here. You can see where the Vallejo has created this white there. It's sort of softened the whole thing, and a little bit of the ultramarine blue has come through. Not a lot, which is good. So I basically just blew these out, just gave them 4 main petals. I still see a beautiful silver and green leaves in the background there, which is lovely. So now I'm just going to draw the shape in using a meat skewer, and I think I'll use the blunt end of it. Always make sure you grab a tissue just to wipe the end of that off as you're drawing in your pattern there. So just look for where it naturally forms. I'm not going to be doing these as a deconstructed bloom. I'm just literally drawing in the shape of the petals. But I might change my mind about that by the time I finish. Right, so they look really, really pretty. I'm loving the green with the silver and the black going through it. So I can see the Amsterdam Activator really does give a very different look. It's very, what I would call veining rather than lacing. But we've got these cells coming up, and I think that's the Vallejo Pearl White doing that. So it's changing as we look. And I think I might do these as deconstructed, actually. So just do a bit of a whirl through there. Oh, I like that. Hopefully it'll bring up a little bit more of the dark blue too. I like that as it is. It's really pretty. Don't want to do too much with that there. So I won't do too much deconstructing with these. Just going to do a little bit just to bring in a bit of shape and interest. And centers are pretty. I don't want to ruin those too much. That bit there either, or that there. Will this bit here though. Just a little bit of leafage around the edges there, which is nice. Okay, so we'll just do a bit of a swirl in the middle. Don't think I'll do too much else. Not sure if this needs to be, these cells have really come up big here, and that's that Vallejo that's done that, I think. Might give that a bit of shape. I think it needs to be broken up a little bit there. Okay, well, I think that's a very pretty piece. Now, will I put anything over in the negative space? This is a $6 million question. I could. But no, I think I should leave it with the negative space just like that. So just get that little bit of whatever it is out of there. Another little dot of something there. Right, so I'll just hit it with the heat tool one more time. Hopefully that will dry nicely. I think I might just bring this back in here because that cell's quite large. I'll just bring this in. That's better. I haven't really done much deconstruction. I've mainly just brought in a lot more petals rather than just the 4. I just outlined them, and I think that's enough for what I've got here today for this type of thing. Okay, so I shall now bring you down for a close-up. So here we are coming down for the close-up. It's a very pretty piece, and I do like my negative space here. I'm particularly loving these leaves, which were created with the global green light and some silver and the Amsterdam cell activator. It's so beautiful. And there as well. So it's going to be my favourite leaf recipe, I think, for a while. And these guys are lovely too. Some very nice cells going on here. I think that was the Vallejo pearl white that's created those. And some nice cells here as well, and some lovely lacing. So that was just a very simple one today, guys. Just a slightly deconstructed bloom, not a lot of fuss about it, just basically reshaping my leaves, doing a couple of little swirls, and that was about it. But I think that's turned out to be a really beautiful piece, and I think that will be a lovely placemat. So hopefully you enjoyed that one today, everyone, and I'll see you back here in Studio 33 in the not too distant future. Until then, stay safe. Bye-bye.